Was set. Alright. Hello guys, so we just started mainly now. Yes. Okay, we've been what's it called playing around all this for a few minutes, and it's fine. Unforeseen noise is it's called unforeseen noise, but everywhere good. Anyways, was sect and was sect and okay, you guys know us already. Most of you know what we're doing already. Most of you know what we're sect for already, and what we're still doing already. So let's just okay. It's like we have something on our thumbnail, and maybe we're going to be brief, like in discussing it, and maybe I will just introduce myself. Let's just hope that we have something like first time viewers. Do you get something like oh okay, it's just like as we said, this is more like a movement, and a movement in the sense of we're more like expecting every what's it called, I think it's a movement in terms of we're expecting new viewers, and we said if you're here, if you're a new viewer, because we're lucky, like I'm being real, we have VIP audience here, like most of them joined our VIP book yesterday. And what's only what's it called, like what qualifies you in joining our VIP audience is that if you just tell us your name, if you tell us your name and your country, you're one of our VIP. Have you seen? So it's very very easy. Like you're not going to even be registering money. Have you seen? So it's something of that nature, and the floor is open for that. You can as well. You get, and well, we have something on our thumbnail. Probably that's what we're going to be talking about today. But today is no more like a serious tutorial class, and I don't know. I'm stressed already, and it's evening, so we're not going to waste too much time. Okay, firstly, I will just introduce myself. My name. All right, this is UFGRAPHICS. If you're just seeing us for the first time, nice seeing us, and we're nice as well. Let's just say, we appreciate the fact that you joined, and you're going to be what's it called, like you're going to join our VIP audience today. So all you have to do is just tell us your name and your country. We'll put in our VIP what's it called, blue book. It's called, I don't know whether you've heard about blue book. Yes, that's where we normally pen what's it called, VIP audience. So if you want cookies as usual, we bring cookies for our VIP audience only, and bring the cookies, but there's no way they can eat it. They're going to view it. They'll eat it with their eyes. We'll just view it, show them this is the cookies. Okay, we'll be like, how many VIP audience do we have here? They'll just be like, I. Then we'll bring the cookies and be like, this is the cookies, but they'll just eat it with their eyes. So because that's normal, I'm not in your location, so definitely I'll just view it on the camera. Okay, so that's it for that. We're more like getting to what we have to do deeply. More like it's going to be more like a random course. Yeah. I know this view. Yes. I know you. This is all about VIP audience. I know you. Yeah. Anyways, thanks for joining our live stream section back. Yes, you took permission yesterday. You were like you want to go for somewhere. If I'm not mistaken, back you are the one. And okay, sorry, we did not bring any cookies today. We did not. We don't. I don't know. Like we are not expecting. Do you get? And as I said, we're streaming late, so today's timetable, let's just say our time today is fluctuating, like it's not stable, and I just returned from lecture, so we have to kind of compress the time still. Do you get? Thanks for understanding. Anyways, thanks, this Mr. What's it called, Sebastian is our VIP audience. He joined yesterday if I'm not mistaken, and we're going to be bringing cookies by next section stream. That's tomorrow, because we stream every day. Must stream every day, even when our days much occupied. Well, Mike, you're heavily alarming regarding Mike, you're part of our VIP audience. Alright, so you can still let's just say it should be bad if you tell us your location, kind of country, so that we'll document it well. Do you get? Because this is more like documenting their names. Do you get? And it's probably more like them being part of our community. So if you're going to be telling us your you're going to be messaging, or probably you're going to be kind of dropping the name and maybe location or so. So that's for that. That's for that, guys. So we're more like, okay, I said today's session stream, we're not going to waste too much time because it's evening already and I'm stressed. And to do that, we're going to, it's more like it's more like going to be an interactive a kind of, and maybe I'll just try making it, and the floor is open. We can get to ask me question, definitely going to be answering you. And something like okay, let me just check my booklet. Okay, let me just finish welcoming what's it called, people that just joined. I said the UF graphics, and if you're just joining, well, regarded, and it's going to work your time, definitely it's going to be working your time. You're not here to waste your time or anything. So more like talking, or let's just say we're hammering, or something like we've been emphasizing on the matter that says life after school. Most of you know it already, and we said this thing is something that is necessary, and moreover, perhaps school is not even treating it, and it has to do with life after school. So this is important. It's an important something because it has to do with outside life, and being that they're not being taught, they're not being guided. If we neglect that fact, if we fail to talk about it, it's going to really affect everything. So this is why it's more like urgency, and it's more like necessary, alarming necessary. Do you get? So that's why we're making the session streams and every. So firstly, we're going to be checking our booklet or something like that, or something like that. Mr. Sebastian, your presence will be regarded. Sorry, we failed to bring our cookies today. Today was stressful. We're going to get it tomorrow probably, if we're going to be meeting up. All right. So if we're going to be detailing that, like you will to venture into it very well, okay, I can have some outside distraction, I don't know, but it's fine. Okay, so it's just more like what we have on our thumbnail already. That's more like what we're going to be discussing about, you get. And it's going to uh it's going to be like as I said, interactive, and okay, sorry, I was distracted, so I'll just try to concentrate now. Okay, guys, so okay, you just want like urgency life after school. Urgency life after school. And okay, what we're going to be aiming by today's live session, by venturing it into it, or like you say, what we're going to be expecting to pass through students, is just more like, if after the end of, okay, just more like if you see a textbook, you're going to be like question, I don't know, something like some a kind of things to really solve after you might have finished reading. Do you get? This year, well, not too bad, sha. It's fine. We're probably going to be seeing you tomorrow. All right, Mr. Sebastian, you can't. I much understand. So probably we'll still see you tomorrow. Your time is always frustrating like our own. I get. So I said the urgency life after school is just more like what we have on the thumbnail, and we said is something that is necessary and is urgent. That's why we won't put that urgency there. And being urgent is more like something that, I don't know, is limited, or let's just say something like the time limit or whatever, like is we don't have much time for it. So that's more like the urgency there, and we're saying urgency life after school. Now, well, to emphasize on that deeply, firstly is what we're doing. Okay, now let me follow my I don't know, okay, what life after school really means. Now this is more like step by step. Anyways, Mr. Sebastian, thanks for showing up. Anyways, we really regard the facts. Okay. Not probably, definitely. Yes, we're going to be seeing you probably and definitely. So anyways, Sebastian. Oh, well, I don't want to be a kind of. Anyways, Mr. Sebastian, your little time was, I don't know. We're not taking it for granted. Okay, so probably we're going to be seeing you tomorrow. It kind of, and I don't know. I just hope I get to bring the cookies, Mr. Sebastian. I don't know. I just hope I'm going to get the cookies. And I said it's for maybe, okay, I don't know, maybe our what's it called, most of our VIP audience have not get to join. And I said my time is always fluctuating. Like today, I'm just coming back from lectures now, and I must stream. It's something like must. Normally we normally stream from 1 p.m., but today is a kind of tight, but I still have to show up. You get. So that's for that. And I said was still yet to figure out. I don't just know. Is it when I graduate? I don't know. But we're probably going to be figuring out a particular time for the live stream sections is going to get to go. So we said this is what we're doing. I said firstly I said it's going to be more like interactive and not too much lesson. Sorry, not too much tutorial. Do you get? So firstly I said what life after school really means, because we're more like telling you guys that this thing is urgent, like is necessary. The urgency there means that it's necessary. And if we're getting to know even demand something life after school, are you ready, students? Like that's what we're talking about. And what say is necessary and urgent. And what or okay, somebody will be like asking why is it even urgent and necessary. Now we're more like going to tell you the reason why it's urgent and necessary. What life after school really means. Firstly is this is life after school. We mean you just like when students graduate, just get follow my step. When students graduate are from a university, probably a university, because this is the highest or what's it called level of education, probably a university. When they are out, when they have graduated, now it's necessary because they really need to plan it. Yes, it's just more like preparing for war front. It's just more like preparing for war on the war front. You're probably going to be killed before you know it. So you ought to prepare for life after school when you're still in school. That's the urgency there. And the urgency we're referring to particularly we're pointing towards undergraduate students, because they have the momentum, they have the ground, they can still learn things and unlearn, they can still get to fall on track even when they make mistakes. Have you get this is why is urgent. And being urgent as well, they are going to start on time. Like them knowing it is going to or it serves, I don't know, like it has a lot of advantage to them, like in getting to start doing things. Just like it can also be a problem that you don't know. Now them knowing it lately and all of those stuff, most times it's going to be like a regret. Had it been someone told me all of those stuff, and by then it's more like a regret. Have you seen? So it's just more like me. Okay, maybe I did not happen to learn a skill when I was out from a secondary school. Then I happened to go to university and graduate. Peradventure, I was not able to be employed. I would not be, I been, I get to learn work before entering the university. Have you seen? So it's more like a regret. And here, what we're trying to make up is just more like avoiding the gaps. Do you get? We don't actually want students to get into it's just more like teaching students the mistakes of other students, not really them making the mistake, because you don't really need to make a mistake before you get it right. Have you seen? So it's more like showing you the bridge gaps, like for you to know it. And definitely going to have things is a life skill, and definitely more like what's it called, definitely certainly on or so I don't know, is definitely going to come. And if it comes, if you're not prepared for it, it's going to hit you hard. And if you're prepared for it, even if it hits you, like the effects, or let's just say the or whatever the anything that is going to, I don't know, the hitting is not going to be more. That's just the emphasis. And firstly, we said what life after school really means. We just try explaining that it's more like a graduation stage when people, students graduate out from university and they're going to start being independent on their own, fixing their bills, cashing for their life, or making decisions about their life and getting things done. Everything. So it's more like an independent life for mostly adult people when they have graduated. So this is what life after school really means. Now, second, we have is why this message is urgent. Now we can still say it's urgent because it prepares students on time. It makes them see the do's and don'ts of life after school, or let's just say what it's trying to what's it called, imply to them, like what is bringing to their view. Is very very urgent because if they know it, they are going to avoid a lot of things. It's going to save them stress, as I mentioned earlier, and it's going to really make them, I don't know, stand like you're going to picture well. Do you get? It's going to affect them psychologically, all area of their life, all endeavors. Like it's going to put them on track. It's just like preparing for something. And that's why we said it's urgent, because one is that it is this or this life after school rating is affecting already people that were not opportune to get it, the knowledge. Mind you, you're not even getting it from school, because school is not even structured or destined or constructed that way to even teach you that, because you're barely going to be hearing school teaching you how to make money, how to start skills, how to uh, get plans, all of those stuff. They will just teach you what you're studying, like the theoretical aspect of your discipline, whatever your career is. That's what school is going to probably be teaching you. So if you don't get to learn this, and this is something like is definitely going to be coming. So how is nature is even expecting you to know it literally, like just knowing it? So that's why we said it's urgent, and it really needs to get to a lot of students, because a lot of students don't still have access to this information. They say this power. If you know better, you're probably going to be living better, obviously. So it's something that is urgent, and it really needs to be passed. Are you getting it? That's the emphasis. Okay, the gap in what's it called, educational system, the gap there, the gap educational system, there is really a gap. Despite everything is advancing, but we still have gap. We still having what's it called, loopholes. Do you get now? Loopholes we mean it's just like most times we tell people that school is using outdated system, or outdated system in the sense of the world is advancing, a lot of things is advancing. Moreover, school is not really advancing that rate. Do you get? School is not advancing with the same rate with every other thing. Now we detail it down, like trying to make sense by saying that like trying to prove it a kind of. So we're like telling students that school, most school structural system has been existing 34 5 50 years ago. Moreover, the world is advancing speedily, rapidly, and the school system is not advancing with the same rate. Now that's where we tell students that they should stop believing that old saying that they believe school, go to school, make good grades, get good job, you're probably a successful person. Is more like outdated stuff, not longer working, it's not even working now. So this is still when this is still on the track with us. Students don't depend on your certificate, because probably then what's it called, less they have what's it called, limited or graduates, and maybe graduated people there when then it kind of was scarce, and people barely go to school. So let's just assume that was the system then, and that what makes being a graduate, I don't know what in it, or depending, I don't know, like it's just like that outdated stuff. Go to school, you're a successful person. So that's what they believe that works, and it works for them then. And we're saying like it's an outdated stuff. Now you don't just be a successful person because you went to school. It's not possible. They have thousands of students graduated, even that has better degree than you. They are still stuck, confused about life, stagnant. Have you seen? So it's not just about certificates, it's not all about going to school, it's not all about being having access to academy. So it's just something beyond that. It's just something beyond like theoretical. It has to do with understanding your mindset and how you even see things, because all these things has parts. It really relates, like it has something to offer. Do you get? So that's why we said the gap and educational system, we said it has. Okay, if we were to throw more light on that, it's just more like when most of our students that studied things, they are not being guided practically. That's why we say school teach more of theoretically. That's the updated stuff. They are still teaching theory. Meanwhile, the world has advanced. When everything is practical, you must practicalize things. Like you must work things out before you can even earn a living. This is still where we tell people that your certificate can show, or it can bring you to the light, like it can open the door, but what keeps you inside is your skill. Like your skills is what's more like is the ability you have, innate abilities or competence, like being able to do things. So it's also a skill. So it's more like something that is valuable now than just certificate. This is why you tell students that don't ever depend on certificate alone, because it may frustrate you. That's just it, because you can still be employed on a particular job, but you don't have the necessary skills to effectively perform it or execute the work. Probably maybe you may be sacked. Do you get? So is on that angle they will tell students that certificate alone is not enough. You also made it with a skill. If you're going to be a successful student and you're going to know how to adapt, that's because the world is changing. You're going to be adapting and still remain relevant. So that's the emphasis. So don't just boast on having a big certificate, because even with your big certificate, you're going to have a big confusion in life. So that's just more like guiding students on that part, and that's more like the what they call the gap in educational system. Now we have something else more like what happens when students learn late. Now that's when we still you get to it's urgency stream, because if you get to know this is late, by then you might have made a lot of mistakes, and it's going to cost you time and years and still stress. So we're more like guiding you on time, showing you what it looks like so that you're not going to make the same mistakes, showing you mistakes of other students so that you're probably going to know and work towards in order not to be the same victim. So we said what happens when student gets to learn it, it's going to cause them stress. So when student gets to know these things late, most of them might have made mistakes, and it may cause them a lot, and most of them might have, I don't know, been stuck. Obviously, so the best thing is just getting the knowledge, getting it on time. Not only getting it on time, start working on it, because you can probably know something, but you're going to delay in getting it out, like in working it out, or you're getting it started. Everything why is necessary that you're probably going to, I don't know, something like uh learn it early, I mean to say, sorry. So that's more like the emphasis. Get to know. Okay, guys, so benefit of knowing early. Knowing early actually have a benefit knowing early, benefit of knowing early. Well, guys, so you've already talking about benefit of knowing early, just more like when you know something early, one is that it save you stress, it save you effort, like it save you regret that maybe when you don't know you're probably going to be making mistakes, all of those stuff. So if you know things early, one is that it helps you to plan on time. That's starting early, because it tells you that the difference between starting and starting early, a huge difference, a very very clear difference. Now starting is just when maybe you feel is the best time to start, but starting early is because it tells you that there is no best time to start anything. Like if you can start anything instead, get to start, even no matter how small, because even big things, every big thing they tell you today started small. There was a time it was really small. So don't just neglect starting small. Don't just wait till when you have it all. Don't just wait to when, I don't know, it's everywhere before you get started. Have you seen? So it's probably going to choke you, and most times you never get started. Have you seen? So this is why we just tell students, if you can start. Do you get? Start small and grow. There is growth process, cannot be process, so you're definitely going to grow, that's sure. So that's more like the benefit of knowing early. They are probably going to be starting early as well, and them knowing early going to save them a lot of stress, a lot of regret, a lot of, I don't know, whiling away their time and all of those stuff. And as well meeting up early, because that's one thing about starting early. If you start something early, you're probably going to end early than every other person. So that's just more like that. And we have something again, disadvantage of notes, okay, of not learning early, I mean disadvantage of not learning early. What's up, man? Do you know me from anywhere? Do you know me from anywhere? Are you one of our VIP audience? I guess no, but yeah, I'm a Nigerian. You have graphics. Maybe you might have seen my video or whatever, but I'm cool. How about you? Nice seeing you. Oh, this first time of you, seeing you in my stream section. Oh, I would love to know you, and we're probably going to be putting your name in. We have blue book here, so if you're going to be part of, I don't know, part of our VIP audience, we call it VIP audience. I think most of them join. Anyways, I saw the same love goes the same, like it goes the same way. Your presence here means a lot. It's alarming a lot. So, anyways, if you're seeing us for the first time, okay, okay, you're a guy, I guess. Yeah, that I'm saying. I'm not a guy. I'm a guy. I want to be silly, but I definitely get. So, your presence here means a lot. One, and actually participating as well means a lot. So you're not taking it for granted, not in any way. So well, I saw teaching before you join, but we're pausing because of you, because you're going to be our audience and maybe a kind of VIP, because it's just more like our booklet. We have something more like a booklet that we do pen than our VIP audience. And the funny part of it, or less the interesting part of it, is that when we bring cookies. No, I'm married to a man. Oh, sorry, you're a girl, I guess. Like you're a female, if I'm not mistaken. Because you're probably married to a man, that means you're a female. right? Like, if I'm not mistaken, uh, I, well, and okay, I don't know, just answer like you're probably a girl, like a female, so I'll address you properly. Do you get? I don't to enter trouble. Well, okay, okay. Azal, Jesus, wait. You're a man married to a man. Is it possible? Like, it's real. Like, it's often real. Like, kind of, it's not often seen. Like, it's not something that is more like rampant or like often happening. So, it kind of so I don't know, but you're being serious, right? Like, you're being serious, or you're whining me. I'm barely believing it. That's just the fact. I'm barely believing it. Okay, but you're being serious right now. Let me check your name. Maybe I'll be able to press you, but let me try. More hello Leo. Sorry if I'm not able to pronounce it or my bad. I beg. Anyways, your presence means a lot, as we mentioned earlier, and oh wow, this is interesting. Hmm. Anyways, I don't know what to ask again. I don't know what to ask again, but when okay, let me just ask one question. Yeah, can I ask you a question? Like, just permit me, then I'll ask you a question. Like, just one question, not to get a BC one. And maybe you already, I don't know. Like, just permit. Can I ask you a question? Like, a single question. Okay, I'm still waiting for your replies before we progress, because we were actually what do you call, we are learning something, like we're just trying to, because we not often do a tutorial guide, and we said today is more like we started late, and probably we're not going to be wasting much time, because we went for lectures and we're just returning, so all to start. Do you get? And okay, well, to ask that, okay, please, can you just tell us, is it what you just choose, or you were compared to? Like, I choose or I was compared to, like, that's just the question. Like, you just choose this part, or you were compared, or something made you to? You get? Like, that's just the question. And we love to know, like, kind of. And we just hope you get to answer us. And okay, anyways, we what's it called, we're not taking the fact that you're interacting with us for granted. That is one thing, and every person here will regarding with respect from UF. And most we have a lot of audience already, but most of them are not active now, because this is not our usual time of streaming. And because that, we really apologize for that. It's not really our fault, but it's really our fault. We went for lectures, and we were more like, we came there, we returned late, and this is more like a sacrifice. Or streaming every day, we're not missing a single day. The thing there is just like, most times our time do fluctuate because of most of our activities, maybe during the day. So we may be slacking in time, but the truth is that we're definitely streaming daily. And I guess we streamed late today. That's why most of our VIP, as I mentioned, audience are not here. Anyways, thanks for joining, and maybe just get to tell us your country, so that you are going to be putting your name in our blue book. I don't know. Just tell us your country. Mohilo, like, just tell us your country. Get to tell us your country, then we're going to strive on. Okay, the floor is open for that. You can just get to do that. All right. Oh, okay. So more like progressing. Okay, guys. Okay. I was just saying something about something about. Sorry, guys. I was saying something about benefits of knowing early, and I think I mentioned why it's okay to know early. Like, it saves you stress, it saves you regret, and it saves you wasted effort and running around, because it really costs. So advantage of not learning early, as we mentioned, not learning earlier, so it's still the same thing, like it goes hand to hand. So maybe we're gonna be skipping that. Then the next stuff here is why you why you what's it called, why your platform, okay, just more like what we do here, why it really matters. Do you get? Now most of you will be like, are really making sense, like is it really necessary to treat about this, to talk about this necessary, and why our platform really matters. That's the emphasis that was going to be emphasizing now. So still tell people that what we do matter, because school is not teaching it. If we fail not to talk about it, who is talking about? Nobody. And this secondly is, this thing is necessary, important, more like something that is very very necessary that young adult gets to know, because them knowing it is going to save them, or yes, they are being stuck making the same mistake repeatedly, and maybe being better person of or version of themselves by knowing this, obviously. So that's more like why our platform is necessary. And above that, is still necessary in guiding them, like it's just more like showing them the loopholes, showing them what the future holds, opening their eyes, not to put fear, making them understand the reality, because most of them are still babes, most of them are still depending on parents, and not knowing all of this, they are going to suffer frustration over depending on parents and financial struggle, all of those stuff. So this is the best time of you, of us, or like letting them know all of these details. And it's more like information and also power, and being an information is guiding them. It creates a better path for them to take, and it's more like shape what, or like more like placing their mindset, like being intentional and ready, because uh being intentional and ready is probably going to guide how you think, how you reason, how you even react to things, and how you even expect things to come to you. So it's just a matter of mindset. And we said something like what's it called, why you, okay, more like why our platforms really matters. And this is more like helping students out, just more like helping tickets, because this is lives. We don't want them to do the same mistake repeatedly, and we'll care for them. In other words, we love them. So that's why, that's why it's more like important. So guys, I think the next one here, what students should start doing. Now it's just more like action stop, way out. Students action step. Now start more like start learning skills. Now you've already talking about life after school. Skills cannot be overemphasized, because skills more like tech, and more like tech is what real life requires. It's advancing, so it's more like moving towards that part. And if you're competent on it, if you're competent doing it, you're probably going to even start earning before you're even before you even graduate. Have you seen why it's necessary and the way it can really help you? So more like thinking beyond classroom, thinking beyond academy. So it's just more like being as okay, it's just more like when we were still in secondary school, there's this guy you call big machine, no, small machine, big engine. So the reason why we initiated that name to the guy is just because the guy is small probably, and he thinks more than his age. Obviously, so it's just all about creative, like creativity, like thinking big, thinking outside limits, like thinking, or what's it called, exceeding your limits or your average thinking limits. I don't know. It's just something like extra thinking. So that's just more like the emphasis. And we said, you ought to. It's okay. More like our platform may help you to overthink. Like it opens your eyes, gives you a better chance to make some decisions, create like think creativity, and probably advance in your area of discipline or career. So that's more like the emphasis. And again, it's just more like it position your mindset. It helps improve, because one of our priorities or what was set for is just more like positioning mindset, like mindset coach can also be called mindset coach. We can be referred as mindset coach, because we more like teach you things you're going to be learning now, and learning things, and kind of just like merging you up, like accumulating knowledge, and maybe guiding, like a kind of positioning you, shifting your mindset from maybe from what you believed before, and what you're currently going to be believing, a kind of that. So it probably has to do with mindset, because how your mindset is placed is going to determine how you do things, how you handle things, how you interact, how you get to solve situations and react to them probably. And that's more like the emphasis. And okay, just more like the mission. And we keep saying, or we still keep telling people that we're not just limited to YouTube and YouTube is just, we're not just doing YouTube for YouTube's sake, and our stream session is just not for stream session's sake. It's really a movement, and a movement in sense of is still when at the appointed what's it called appointed time comes, is probably going to start moving. And being moving, we said, going to relate to cities, nations, and states. Have you seen? And this movement is going to be a kind of strict, and strict women is something that we're going to take extremely serious, because avoiding these things in the lives of our youth helps them to live better, and living better gives us joy, and probably they are going to be impact, like more like impacting the, so we're probably going to be meeting and getting to impact a large number of youth and young adults, open their eyes and make them see what they are not seeing, and help them, show them the escape way, more like action stop. So that's more like the vision, and tell people that you're going to get to a point when we get to start teaching thousands, millions, billions of students. That is success. Is definitely going to come. It's a dream. That's why it's a dream. It must be scary. And there was this live session we did about dreams. So I mentioned something like this. I was just telling them that dreams are meant to be scary. So if it's not scary, it's not really a dream. It does not what or definition, what's it called? Like characteristics of a good dream is more like being scary, terrifying people. If you say people will be like, are you normal? Do you think this is possible? That's more like a good definition of a dream. So it's probably going to be scary, terrifying, and a kind of too big. So that's just a or definition of a good dream. So probably our dream may be too big, but that is a dream. And we're more like trusting God. Yes, we're more like trusting God, because we don't have the strength. Anyways, welcome to the what's it called, end of the live stream session, like deadline, I don't know. And we're more like going to be going offline in a few minutes, and uh going should be appreciated every single person for joining, actively participating, even being here, viewing. It's worth it. Like, you don't take it for granted. So if you're able to get anything, maybe you just message us, or maybe you just be like, oh, I got something, and share all of those stuff. So, and if you want to get to us, maybe you just message us on any of our platform, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, or social media handle UFGRAPHICS, and then maybe we'll get to talk with her, and that's it. And maybe we'll get to add you up in our community and all of those stuff. So as well help you, and maybe refer people that needs this knowledge, share links, share names today, refer them to us, and all of those stuff. So I'll be glad on that, and definitely we're going to be growing together. All right, guys, so thanks for joining, thanks for actively participating. Every few, your presence means a lot. Okay, at this point in time, we're going to be